YouTube? Today I've got the Optimus Crux Lite cookware set. This comes with a single stove as well as the Optimus Terra kitchenware set. You can buy the stove by itself or you can buy the cookset kit all together with it. I took this on a backpacking trip a couple weeks ago and it was awesome. From what I've heard, this is the lightest fuel stove you can purchase. I haven't confirmed that yet, but from the research I have done, it is the lightest and the smallest, which is awesome for backpacking when weight really matters. So starting off, you've got these this little mesh bag it comes in, and this is the cookware set that everything fits into. On top here you have a small setup right here. Internally you've got the Optimus stove inside of this little bag. And it does not come with this. I purchased this separately, but it'll also hold your gas while you're backpacking in that whole kit, which keeps it pretty nice and squared away. This is what I mostly used, honestly, on that trip. I just filled it up with water, and it has the I don't know if you can see these internally, but it's got the markings for your water, so you know how much you're using. So it's pretty decent. So the pan, pot, whatever you want to call them, these are made out of anodized aluminum, so they aren't as light as titanium, but they're pretty light, and from what I hear, they're very durable, and they worked well on my trip. The fuel is really cheap, and they burn for approximately an hour. I was on a 3 or 4 day I think it was 4-day backpacking trip, and I still have some fuel left, and I just used one of these, so it worked out pretty well. The fuel for this size is $3.99. It comes in larger sizes as well. You can get twice this for $4.99, I believe. But I just picked up this because it actually fits inside of the kit, and I didn't want to have something outside of the kit. So using this, you simply take this out of the bag. This is the actual stove right here. You can see it's very small. It's pretty cool. These little arms bend out like so. And they're pretty tight, so they aren't very flimsy, which is really great, which matters quite a bit when your stove is this small. You don't want something real flimsy. So they come out like this. Then you have this little green thing right here. This pops out like so. You take it, take this, you screw it on, and you'll hear it. And you get it as tight as you can, just with your fingers. You don't want to over tighten it. And this is what controls the fuel release. So starting off, it's about off right here, right? So you're gonna let me get my lighter out so I can show you guys how to do this. So you're gonna slowly twist this. You can hear it. There you go, like so. And there you go. You can turn it quite a bit up. I don't know if you can see it. It's a blue flame, just like any of the camp stoves are going to be. It's really hot. It took me about 2 to 3 minutes to get water boiling, and it was really cold out when I was out, so I'm excited to use this in the summer. I'm sure it'll work much quicker. And that was for an entire pot full of water, 400 mils I used, and it was about 3 minutes. Okay, so the kit itself is about $60 MSRP. I picked up mine for about 60 bucks at a place called Sportsman's Warehouse. If you just want the stove, the standalone stove, it's about $35, and I really like it a lot. Like I said, it worked out fairly well in the cold. I have never used any of the other types of stoves. I haven't used the Snow Peak or any of those, or MSR, so I can't really compare it to those, but it worked out great for what I needed to do, so I can't complain there, and it was cold. The only thing I don't like about it is it was very windy, and it's a little flimsy just standing on this, but MSR does make a stand that will fit on any of the gas canisters, and it gives it long legs, so it stabilizes it quite a bit. I'm gonna pick that up eventually. It's $15, and it's a universal stand, so it works with anything. The only other thing I didn't like a whole lot about it is how short the arms were, but that's why it's when you're buying the smallest stove, you can't expect that, right? So when this is on top and the wind's blowing, it can be a little flimsy. So you want to keep an eye on it. You don't just want to let it go and come back in 5 minutes, because it will be on the ground. But if it's not windy, you're set. If you buy the extended legs from MSR, you should be set. I don't know yet, but when I buy those, I'll let you guys know. And that really is the only thing I didn't like about it. I was really impressed with how long the fuel lasted. I used this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 3 days, and there's still a fourth in there about. So I'm pretty excited about that. It was $3.99 for one of these. That is about it for the Optimus Crux Lite stove.